with American Made, what's the one scene that you're most proud of from a cinematic standpoint? An image that
You
you
know,
really love.
yeah, it's funny. They always ask me this, and I'm very bad at choosing.
I don't blame you because I will do the same thing. I just had to ask.
Yeah, yeah. They always ask me, and I said, I don't remember. To me, every morning I would wake up and I was challenged. But okay, today we're doing the scene of the actor and the actress talking about marriage, and then we're doing the scene of them, piloting, and then we're doing the scene of him being arrested. And I don't know. There's,
That's fine. It was just
I, I,
it's just
re- I
something
remember I remember having fun, as I said, in those pictures that I
plain.
sent
Yeah.
you. Him piloting and me with a little camera with a viewfinder watching him. Uh, yeah, that was fun. But no, it was fun working with him. I always tell this. There is this one scene that there is a phone call of Tom Cruise, uh, of Barry Seal talking with a police chief that is Mexican origin, and we've had filmed already the Tom Cruise part on the phone. We had to film now the guy waking up in Washington or where he was. He wakes up and he talks with this guy, and it was a very simple scene. So Doug Liman asked me if I could direct it because he had to stay up there in the set preparing something else. So I went to where the art department was preparing. They were doing like a corner of a set to have a window and a bed, and it was two actors, a lady that was faking that she was sleeping, and this guy that wakes up and talks on the phone and just gives the and we had already the part of Tom Cruise. So what I did, as we normally do, I put a monitor where I would play the part of Tom Cruise talking, and this guy would interact with that, and I would film him talking. That very simple. So I were preparing, and the art department was taking some time painting it, and it was like 11 o'clock at night or something like that. And I go to grab a coffee, and I find Tom Cruise there getting a coffee. I said, Tom, what are you doing here? Why didn't you go home? You must be tired. We started at 6 o'clock in the morning. He said, No, I'm going to stay and help you do this scene with the guy. I said, No, Tom, don't worry. Go home. I have you filmed. He interacts with the television. "No, I'm not going to leave a colleague of mine interact with the television. I'm going to be there to give him the
That
the
is so Tom Cruise.
so generous. He stayed until 1 o'clock in the morning to help the other actor interact with him. I admired. I embraced him. I said, Tom, you have taught me a lesson because I come from South America where actors are so you know an actor a Brazilian actor would never stay. He said, "No, you put the television on and make him interact with the television." No, Tom Cruise stayed and interacted because it was his colleague. He's an actor as me. I'm not going to leave him alone. Interact.
Wow.
That
I
those kind of things.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised, right? If that makes sense, because even aside from the colleague thing, to have an actual person interact off screen versus a screen with an audio, from a standpoint of putting it out in film, he probably reacted so differently with Tom there versus the screen, 100%. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cinema. That's cinema.
That's cinema. That's cinema. Yeah, you're
That is
right.
cinema, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
those little things count so much, and we overlook them maybe in the earlier parts of our career, but I think they're very
Hmm.
meaningful. What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah. I mean, and another thing that I learned about him is, he, what I realized, he's a human being, a very human being, but he's also an enterprise. Because I said, Tom Cruise, if you think of it, there's South American companies that don't make the money that Tom Cruise makes a year. So he has to take care of himself, his body, as you take care of a factory, you know. So that's why he carries two trailers. One is his personal trainer, where he has his his resting space, and the other is a full gym
Like,
where he
wow.
has two personal trainers, and every time that he's not filming, he'll go and work out. And he has that second trainer that is a gym. And when I saw that, I said, yeah, he has to take care of that body, because that body is an enterprise. Like, like Ford would take care of the company, of the factory and the house of the factory. Well, he has to take care of that body, because that body is what gets the money, what gets the work. So, take care of it.